The Dark Knight, a deep dive into Nolan's masterpiece of chaos and heroism. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? In Gotham, it sets the stage for one of the most iconic battles of ideology, power, and chaos in cinematic history. Welcome to Movement Photography Project, where we explore the depths of cinema's most memorable films. Today, we're diving into Christopher Nolan's groundbreaking 2008 film, The Dark Knight. This is more than just a superhero movie. It's a profound exploration of morality, chaos, and sacrifice. From its complex characters to its rich symbolism, The Dark Knight redefined the superhero genre and left an indelible mark on film history. Join us as we uncover the themes, characters, and scenes that make The Dark Knight a masterpiece of modern cinema. Plot overview: Gotham's descent into chaos. The Dark Knight continues the story of Bruce Wayne, Gotham City's vigilante hero known as Batman. Following the events of Batman Begins, Gotham's organized crime network is being dismantled through a joint effort by Batman, Christian Bale, Lieutenant James Gordon, Gary Oldman, and new District Attorney Harvey Dent, Aaron Eckhart. However, their efforts are threatened by the arrival of the Joker, Heath Ledger, a chaotic and enigmatic criminal whose sole purpose is to plunge Gotham into anarchy. As the Joker wreaks havoc, Batman faces moral and ethical challenges like never before. He is pushed to his limits, confronting the darkness within himself and the fragility of his convictions. Meanwhile, Harvey Dent, once known as Gotham's White Knight, undergoes a tragic transformation that challenges the line between good and evil. In The Dark Knight, Nolan presents a gripping narrative that forces audiences to question the nature of heroism, justice, and the price of order in a world where chaos lurks at every corner. Themes and symbolism: unpacking the complex ideas in The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is lauded for its rich thematic depth, exploring complex ideas that elevate it beyond typical superhero fare. Let's delve into some of the film's most compelling themes. Chaos versus order. The clash between Batman and the Joker is ultimately a battle between order and chaos. Batman represents structure, discipline, and a desire for justice, while the Joker is the embodiment of anarchy and unpredictability. The Joker's goal is not money or power. He seeks to unravel the societal fabric of Gotham by showing how thin the line is between order and chaos. This theme is exemplified in scenes like the Ferry Dilemma, where the Joker attempts to manipulate Gotham's citizens into turning on each other, challenging the morality of society at large. The duality of man. The Dark Knight explores the thin line between hero and villain, most vividly through Harvey Dent's transformation into Two-Face. Harvey starts as Gotham's White Knight, a symbol of hope and justice. However, after experiencing personal tragedy and succumbing to vengeance, he becomes a tragic figure consumed by his darker impulses. His character arc serves as a cautionary tale, showing that anyone, even the most virtuous, can fall victim to their inner darkness. The sacrifice of the hero. Unlike typical superhero narratives, The Dark Knight portrays Batman as a hero willing to sacrifice his reputation for the greater good. In the end, Batman assumes responsibility for Dent's crimes to preserve Gotham's hope, becoming the Dark Knight rather than the hero Gotham deserves. This choice underscores the film's exploration of true heroism and the sacrifices required to uphold one's values, even at great personal cost. The masks we wear. Nolan frequently plays with the concept of identity and masks. For Batman, his mask allows him to embody a symbol of justice. The Joker, however, views masks as tools of deception, mocking Batman's need for one and highlighting society's hypocrisy. Each character in the film, from Harvey to Gordon, wears a mask of some kind, either literal or metaphorical, suggesting that we all have hidden parts of ourselves. Character analysis. Complex portraits of heroism and villainy. The characters in The Dark Knight are intricately crafted, each embodying aspects of the film's themes. Let's take a closer look at some of these unforgettable figures. Bruce Wayne / Batman. Christian Bale's portrayal of Batman in The Dark Knight captures the complexity of a man struggling between duty and desire. Bruce is haunted by the toll his alter ego takes on his life, yet he remains steadfast in his mission to protect Gotham. Throughout the film, Batman is tested not only by the Joker's anarchy, but by his own internal conflict. Can he maintain his ethical boundaries while facing a villain with no rules? Bruce's journey in The Dark Knight underscores the burden of responsibility and the sacrifices a hero must make. The Joker. Heath Ledger's Oscar-winning performance as the Joker redefined the villain archetype in cinema. The Joker is more than a criminal mastermind. He is a philosophical agent of chaos. He has no clear motives or backstory, which makes him all the more terrifying. His goal is to push people to their breaking points, exposing the darkness within. The Joker's philosophy is perhaps best summed up in his statement, "When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other." He challenges Batman's worldview, creating a dynamic where the hero must question his own methods and beliefs. Harvey Dent, arc Two-Face. Harvey's arc is central to The Dark Knight, serving as a tragic cautionary tale. Initially, he is Gotham's White Knight, a symbol of hope and justice. However, the Joker's manipulation and personal loss transform Harvey into Two-Face, a vengeful figure who leaves his decisions to chance. His descent represents the fragility of morality and the ease with which one's sense of justice can be twisted. Harvey's transformation underscores the film's message that even the strongest of us can fall. Lieutenant James Gordon. Gordon serves as the moral compass of Gotham, yet he too faces difficult choices. His unwavering dedication to justice and his alliance with Batman make him a symbol of resilience. However, Gordon's journey in The Dark Knight is not without its costs. He sacrifices his personal life, endangers his family, and makes morally ambiguous decisions for the greater good. His loyalty to Gotham's well-being reflects the struggles faced by those who seek justice within a corrupt system. Cinematic techniques, the artistry of The Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan's direction, combined with Wally Pfister's cinematography and Hans Zimmer's score, creates an immersive and unforgettable cinematic experience. Let's explore some of the technical elements that make The Dark Knight a visual and auditory masterpiece. IMAX filming. Nolan made extensive use of IMAX cameras for key sequences, including the jaw-dropping opening heist scene and the intense chase through Gotham's streets. These sequences capture the scale and stakes of Batman's battle against crime, drawing the audience into the action in an unprecedented way. The use of IMAX immerses viewers, making them feel as though they are a part of Gotham. Practical effects. In a world dominated by CGI, Nolan opted for practical effects wherever possible. This approach lends a tangible authenticity to the action sequences, making each stunt and explosion feel real. From flipping an actual truck in the iconic chase scene to using practical lighting and pyrotechnics, Nolan's reliance on practical effects enhances the intensity and realism of the film's action. Hans Zimmer's score. Zimmer's soundtrack for The Dark Knight is haunting and powerful, using minimalist motifs to heighten tension. The Joker's theme, characterized by a rising, distorted note, mirrors the character's unpredictability and chaos. Meanwhile, Batman's theme combines somber and heroic elements, reflecting his internal struggle. Zimmer's score is an integral part of the film's atmosphere, capturing the emotional weight of every scene. Trivia and behind-the-scenes insights. The Dark Knight is as intriguing behind the scenes as it is on screen. Here are some fascinating facts about the making of this iconic film. Heath Ledger's intense preparation. Ledger isolated himself for weeks to develop the Joker's unsettling mannerisms and voice. He kept a Joker diary, filled with dark thoughts, which helped him fully inhabit the character. Ledger's dedication to his role contributed to one of the most unforgettable villain portrayals in cinema history. The Joker's makeup. Ledger's makeup was applied using an unconventional technique. Instead of a polished look, the makeup team applied it in a way that made it appear messy and worn, reflecting the Joker's chaotic personality and disregard for norms. Influence of crime thrillers. Nolan cited classic crime films like Heat as inspirations for The Dark Knight. The film's heist scenes, in particular, draw heavily from the meticulous planning and tense atmospheres of heist movies, lending a grounded feel to the superhero genre. Comparative analysis, The Dark Knight and other superhero films. The Dark Knight stands out in the superhero genre, often compared to other dark, character-driven films like Logan and Watchmen. While many superhero films celebrate the triumph of good over evil, The Dark Knight blurs these lines, presenting a morally complex narrative. The Joker's philosophical challenges to Batman's values make the film feel more like a psychological thriller than a standard comic book adaptation. This approach has influenced other films to adopt darker, more nuanced storylines, making The Dark Knight a trailblazer for complex storytelling in the superhero genre. Unpacking misunderstood elements, decoding The Dark Knight's layers. Certain elements of The Dark Knight carry deeper meanings, adding layers to its narrative. Let's break down some key symbols and moments. The Fairy Dilemma. One of the most iconic scenes in the film is the Joker's fairy experiment, where he pits two groups of people against each other. This dilemma is a test of Gotham's morality and resilience. Although neither group ultimately detonates the bomb, the tension in this scene encapsulates the film's exploration of human nature and the conflict between self-preservation and altruism. The Agent of Chaos. Speech, the Joker's monologue to Harvey Dent, is one of the film's most quoted scenes. Here, he describes himself as an agent of chaos, revealing his disdain for societal structures and plans. This speech is a defining moment, providing insight into the Joker's worldview and highlighting the philosophical conflict that drives the film's narrative. Conclusion. The Dark Knight is more than just a superhero movie. It's a profound meditation on heroism, sacrifice, and the complexities of good and evil. Through meticulous direction, powerful performances, and masterful storytelling, Christopher Nolan created a film that transcends genres and continues to captivate audiences worldwide. As we journey through Gotham's descent into chaos and Batman's struggle with his own ideals, we are reminded of the timeless question posed by the Joker. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? In The Dark Knight, the answer is a narrative that leaves an indelible impact. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of The Dark Knight. If this analysis resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into cinema's greatest stories. What themes in The Dark Knight resonate with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation.